Welcome back, guys. Amar here from Magic Coding, and we are continuing with our Anchor block project. Now, first of all, we're gonna start things by creating our background, and we're gonna do that by going to hierarchy, right click on it, go to 3D objects and create a plane. Now we're gonna reset its position and we're gonna remove the mesh collider. First of all, for the Z, so position Z will be 10. For the rotation X, it will be minus 90. And we're going to say 20 on the X and 20 on the Z axis. So as you can see, it's kind of bright. I mean, that's what to be expected of a, not yellow, but white color. I don't even know colors. I'm going to change the name to background and go ahead in models, materials, and search for the background. So you have two like background objects and background. We're going to use this background and just put it onto our background. And voila, we have our background. Now, moving on, we have our ground and our platform, as you can see here. And we are going to create some levels for it. So go ahead and create a new script in our C# script in a subfolder that will be called gameplay scripts or gameplay scripts. And there we're going to create a new C# script that we're going to call game controller, just like that. For our game controller, we're going to create a separate empty game object. So right click in hierarchy. Come on, create empty, and we're gonna call this our game controller, just like this. Reset its position. I mean, this is not necessary, but I'm doing it anyways. And then game controller, add the script on it. Now open up our game controller so we can start coding. First of all, we're gonna add a list, and that list will be a list of a game objects, and that will be our level. So create our public list, inside of it game object, not game controller but game object, and we're gonna call this levels. So levels, just like this. Then we're gonna have our private game, so private game object level 1, and copy this, and we're gonna have probably private game object level 2. So we're gonna spawn 2 levels instead of 1, but you'll see how it will go. And then we're gonna have same thing, but as a vector. So private vector 2, level 1 position, and then copy this. It's easier than to type it out, and then call it level 2 position. So for now, that will be it, what we will need. So go ahead and create another function, which will be our void spawn. So spawn new level. And inside we're gonna have some parentheses like int number, so number level, capital L, level 1, and then copy this, add comma, and this will be number level 2. So when we call out this our spawn level, which will spawn our level, we are gonna set up our level. So what levels are we gonna spawn? Now, inside of here, we're going to say that our level 1 position equals to new vector 2, and it will be 3.5f for the x-axis, and it will be 1 for the y. As for the level 2 position, it will be new vector 2, so equals to new vector 2, and this will be 3.5f on the x, and it will be minus 3.4f on the y. Now before we continue, we're going to change our physics, so physics 2d.gravity to new vector 2, which will be 0 on the x, and it will be negative 90 on the y axis. Moving on with our spawn level, we're going to say here level 1 equals to levels. So levels are actually a list, and inside of it we're gonna have our number levels, number level 1, and then we're gonna say level 2 equals to levels, and then number level 2, number level 2. Simple. And last but not least, we're gonna instantiate our level. So instantiate our level 1 at our level 1 position, and then quaternion.identity to make everything at 0, 0, 0, or actually to not do anything. It's easier than to type new quaternion 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, okay, I'm just gonna copy this. Why would I write it? Then level 2, and again level 2. So to test things out, we're gonna call it in our start. So go ahead and say here spawn new level. As for our first level, we're gonna spawn 0 and then 17. It's like that. But before testing, we actually have to add levels to our game controller. If we do not do that, we are gonna get null reference exception. So here we're gonna have 45 levels. And now, as you can see, we have 45 levels. It will be hard to type in and put level by level. It will take some time. So I have one tip, trick, I don't know, call it whatever you like. By padlocking this, so padlocking, whatever you click, it will always be onto our game controller, as you can see. Once that is done, you're gonna take all levels, so just press Ctrl plus A, so to select them all. Because you can see, select them all, Ctrl plus A. I believe on Mac is Command plus A. And then just drag it onto here where it says levels. And voila, we added all levels. Now, before we test things out, if I add one level, yep, everything seems to work fine, no problems. And now, if I were to start our game, we should see that our level is spawning. So we press play, is our level spawning, and voila, we have our level. I mean, it's not doing anything, nothing is gonna happen, even though it says 50, but as you can see, we are spawning our level. Now, I think this cannon is kinda too big, so I'm gonna go ahead and scale it a bit more down, so I say 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, and this is too small, actually, so let me go ahead, maybe 0.4, 0.4, 0.4. This looks better. As for the dots, let me remove it so I don't forget. It was 0.4, 0.4, 0.4. As for the dots, I think they are kind of too big. So I'm going to put it at 0.25, 0.25, 0.25 and hit apply. Will this do? Yep, this will do to every dot. So let me test this one more time. Press play. And yeah, it looks a bit cleaner if you ask me. I don't know. You can change things around. This is just my preference and the things I'm liking. So if you see some problem, or I don't know, if you see something that is not how you want it to be, you can always change it. Because remember guys, this is your project too. This is just my way of doing it. So yeah, that will be it for this video. And I hope you guys see you in the next one.